So in the income statement, comparative income statement, we'll go with the same thing like revenue from operations, other incomes, then it will be total revenue, expenses, different types of expenses already discussed with you, profit before tax and tax rate, and then profit after tax finally. So the same thing, first of all you need to subtract the previous year amount from the current year amount to get the absolute change. Then you divide this absolute change with the previous year amount and multiply with 100 to get the percentage change. So it is very simple comparative income statement and comparative balance sheet. Okay. Now let us take the next thing. Now let us come over to common size statements, and the first thing under common size statements is common size balance sheet. So how to make a common size balance sheet? Let us see. Again, if you see, there is no difference. Already you have done these things. What is the format of balance sheet? The same format will be used, and the difference comes here. If you can see, there will be 4 columns, and if you can see, the first 2 columns are similar to comparative statements. There is no difference, previous year amount, current year amount, but the difference lies here. And one more thing I would like to tell you, it is not necessary, it is not absolutely necessary that there should be 2 years amounts. The question may have only 1 year amount also, because in common size statements we are not comparing 2 different years. We are just comparing the elements of 1 year with each other. So therefore, in the question there may be a single column, okay, depending on the years, how many years have been given. Now you have to concentrate, you have to focus on this last column. What is there in this last column? This column is of percentage of totals. So what you have to do, I am telling you, you listen to it very carefully. For example, this is share capital, okay, share capital is there. Okay, now you have to divide the value of this share capital with the total value of equity and liabilities. What you have to do? You have to divide total value of share capital with the total value of equity and liabilities and multiply it with 100. So what will you get? You will get the percentage of total for share capital. In the same way, reserves and surplus, you will divide with total, multiply with 100. Next, you will divide with total, multiply with 100. Next, you will divide with total, multiply with 100, and you will keep on doing like this. And this is how you will be getting the percentage of totals. So this is what is there in common size. You have to make them common in size. This is what is the meaning of common size statements or common size balance sheet. Okay. So after this, let us check out the asset side. Same thing you have to do. You have to divide each and every asset with the total of asset and multiply with 100, and that will keep giving you the percentage of totals. Okay, so this was common size income statement. And finally we come to common size, that was common size balance sheet, and finally we arrive at common size income statement. So in income statement, the point which you should keep in mind is that in case of common size balance sheet, the base for the division of each and every item was total. Okay, total of equity and liability and total of assets. But in case of income statement, when we are making common size income statement, the base for division of each and every item will be revenue from operations. Yes, the base will be revenue from operations. So what you have to do? You have to divide each and every item with revenue from operations and multiply with 100. For example, first value is of revenue from operation. So divide it with revenue from operation itself. So it will automatically be 100%. That is why I have written here 100. You can see here, it will always be 100. There will not be any other value. No figure else will be there. In the same way, what you will do? Other incomes value will be here. you will divide it with the value of revenue from operations and multiply it with 100, and that will give you the percentage. In the same way, every other item you will do, you will divide it with revenue from operations and you will multiply with 100, and that will give you the percentage of revenue from operations. That is why you can notice here the heading is percentage of revenue from operations. So this is a slight difference between common size balance sheet and common size income statement. So let's have some supplementers. Supplementers means in common size and comparative income statements you have seen certain new terms. So I'm just going to discuss them. Dear students, while going through the content, you may be wondering about certain items like absolute change. What is absolute change? What is percentage change? What is percentage of total? What is percentage of revenue from operations? So therefore it is very important for you to understand these concepts and know how to calculate them. So let us see how to calculate them. So do you know what is absolute change? Okay. So students, let us be very clear about the purpose of preparing a comparative balance sheet or an income statement. The purpose should be clear. You know that a company needs to judge its performance on a continuous basis, regularly. Company needs to judge its performance regularly, and as it is famously said that it is always prudent, it is always wise, advisable for you, for a company to analyze that your best competitor is you yourself. Before comparing yourself with others, you must try to compare your performance, your previous performances with your present performance. That is very important. So that is why it is always prudent for a company to analyze its performance by comparing its current operations with its previous operations. That is current year's details with its previous year details. That is, now in case a company wants to know about the status of acquisition of its funds, how much funds it requires and their allocation, where it should use those funds, what it needs to do? The answer is it should carefully study its balance sheet. That includes equity and liabilities showing the acquisition of funds. Yes, what equity and liability shows? From where the funds have come. Okay, and assets, where the funds will be deployed, where the funds will be used, showing the allocation of funds. This is where the finance manager can take the help of a comparative balance sheet and investigate what is the change in the value of company's assets over a period of 1 year and what is the change in company's owned capital, that is equity, and borrowed capital, that is non-current liabilities. And in addition to this, what change has taken place in the working capital of the business, that is current assets minus current liabilities. All of you know that working capital is the difference between current assets and current liabilities. So what is absolute change? Absolute change means the difference between current year values and previous year values. So this is what is absolute change. Next is the absolute change the same phenomena under the income statement also? The answer is yes, absolutely. Absolute change here also means the difference between the current year values and the previous year values. However, in case of an income statement, the purpose behind investigating the absolute change is to find out the improvement or regression in the operational efficiency of the basis of profits before and after tax. So the purpose is different. In the balance sheet, when you are comparing balance sheet, then your purpose is to actually know about the availability of funds and to know about the sources of funds and where you are going to utilize those funds. But in case of an income statement, the purpose is to actually know about the profitability of your business in terms of profit before tax and profit after tax. Now, what is this percentage change? Okay, so students, percentage change is just an extension to absolute change. Okay, or if I tell you that it is another form of adjusting the performance of the business. How to adjust the performance? To calculate the percentage change, we need to divide absolute change with the previous year value of each variable and also multiply with 100. Yes, so that will be your percentage change. Now throwing some light on percentage of totals. While preparing a common size balance sheet, we need to find out the weightage of each and every element of a balance sheet in terms of total value of assets and equity and liabilities. Weightage of each and every element of balance sheet with the total of equity and liabilities and assets. This is what is called percentage of totals. To calculate percentage of totals, you need to divide each and every asset component and equity and liability component with the total of asset and equity and liability section. Clear? Now finally let me tell you what is percentage of revenue from operations. Students, while preparing a common size income statement, we need to find out the weightage of each and every income component and expenses component with respect to percentage revenue from operations. I told you earlier also that when we are making common size income statement, the base is revenue from operations. So what we are going to do here, to calculate percentage of revenue from operations, we are going to divide each and every component of income including revenue from operations and expenses with revenue from operations. So this is what is the meaning of percentage of revenue from operations. So now I think it is the time to be practical. So a practical question can be taken. So from the following balance sheet of Daydreaming Company Limited for the year ending 2012 and 13, let us prepare the comparative balance sheet. This is the question. A very simple question. Equity share capital is given, preference share capital is given, reserves, debentures, bills payable, creditors, taxable, all these are items of equity and liabilities. Then we have got assets also and the values are there. So how to make the comparative balance sheet? Now you can see. First of all, we have to arrange all the liabilities and all the items of shareholders fund according to the prescribed format of Schedule 3 Part 1 of Companies Act 2013. Don't forget to do like that. Okay. So equity and liabilities. First point, first main head under the major head equity and liabilities will be shareholders fund. Under shareholders fund, it will be share capital. First subhead, share capital I have put here 1. Why I have put here 1? Because I have made a note to account. So let me just show you the note to account first. This is a note to account, you can see. So you can see number 1, share capital. Now in share capital, equity share capital, preference share capital. So I have combined them. I got 1100 for both the years. Okay, now again I am coming back. You see, share capital, note number 1, 1100, 1100. Now you see the difference between these two values. No difference is there, both are equal. So therefore there is a blank, and if this is a blank, this will automatically be a blank. Oh, so the values are nil. Absolute change is nil, percentage change is nil. Coming to the next thing, reserves and surplus. Again I have made a note for this. I want to show you that note. Reserves and surplus. Okay. So reserves and surplus is 400 and 445. How did I get this? To know it better, let me tell you. See, reserves is here. Okay, 400 and 445. So it will come under reserves and surplus. Next is non-current liabilities. Long-term borrowings, note number 3. In long-term borrowings, I have put, you can see I have put debentures. In long-term borrowings, I have put debentures. Debentures are long-term borrowings for the business. So 300 and 350. After that, what we have done is, we have taken long-term borrowings, 300 and 350. The difference is 350 and 300. Difference is 50. 50 divided by 300 into 100 becomes 16.67. And likewise, we have made this balance sheet. So it's a very simple concept, students, and you will definitely enjoy while doing this. The questions based on this concept, and it's something which is very much practical in nature. If you will become account manager or even chartered accountants in firms, then definitely you will find them very much interesting and very much useful for your day-to-day work. So comparative income statements, common size income statements, comparative balance sheets, common size balance sheets, they are, you can say, they are instruments to analyze the financial statements in a very effective way. So with that, I would like to conclude this class, and this chapter I have discussed with you thoroughly in 3 different classes, and I hope everything in this concept is clear to you, and you must practice each and every question, then only you will find it easier for you to do them in a perfect manner. Okay, so thank you very much for attending this class. Bye bye. Thank you.